Hey, I gotta give props to the Sonic fans because, hey, a lot of people coming into this playoffs, I think a lot of the other people, other fans, Oknum is what we call him in Indo, said, some Sonic fans wouldn't come out, they're online kind of fans, but they showed up today.
Well, at least for me, if I were to be the MPL organizers, I would be MPL organizers, I would be filtering some of the Onyx fans, man. Just name 6 Onyx players, and 50% of them wouldn't be able to get in.
Name how many?
6.
That's too much. 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's take a little recap beforehand, though, before we get into our next matchup. Earlier on, we saw a 3-1 victory being claimed by Alter Ego, dropping BTR to the lower brackets.
Yep.
Which means Alter Ego has stepped forward to the upper brackets, and this is something that they have not achieved in quite some time. Now, for our next match, we'll answer the second team to make it to the upper brackets. Will it be the Yellow Porcupines in Onyx or the Sky Kings in Onyx, or will it be the White Tigers in EVOS?
The obvious choice is Onyx.
Yeah, normally I would say this is Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, but the words on the street is someone else is actually coughing, which is Kyrie.
Oh no.
So that might be a worry that we need to be concerned about.
Yeah.
Obviously, EVOS might be celebrating right now.
Oh, absolutely. It could be also momentum from yesterday, right? We saw how that also helped Alter Ego in the win against Bigatron. It looked like Bigatron needed a few games to get warmed up. They were looking so shaky, brawling randomly. It could also just be part of the strategy for them that just didn't work out.
Yeah.
But again, EVOS, they went through 5 games in total against Dewa United. It looks like they were exposed for Erlan being a Granger merchant, for some of them being Tempo merchants, but I beg to differ. I think they have plenty. It's just we haven't gone to scene it. Dewa, yesterday, always really prioritized the bans on CC2, and that's something that Erlan has used before. Something that, mind you, Skylar hasn't been able to perform on. So I would say when it comes to the fighter in the gold lane, I think Erlan should actually have more of a deep hero pool compared to Skylar.
Any thoughts on that?
I mean, to be fair, it's not only CC on the gold lane, right? There's other heroes out there. He can play the Cho, he can play the Esmeralda, which is, I believe, it's the first hero that Skylar used in MPL Indonesia.
The non-gold lane.
Yeah, so maybe you can expect more of that coming from Onyx because in the regular season, one of our concerns for Onyx is the fact that Skylar is not really flexing towards the fighters. Maybe this time around he'll be able to adapt because he needs it.
Yeah, he has to. He has to be able to be as versatile as possible in order to aid and make the drafting phase just a little bit easier, right? We've seen a lot of teams really have a little bit more of an edge in the drafting phase. And speaking of this edge, I'm wondering which EVOS we're going to be seeing today. Is it going to be the EVOS with Sway Low, or is it going to be the EVOS with Roundel again?
If I were to, place a bet, I think it would be Sway Low, just because Sway Low looked very loose coming into the game as a super sub, right? Like usually you see Roundel, he was already shaken on stage. Sway Low didn't feel any of that pressure. It feels like this is his stage. It feels like on the Lunox as well, especially, by the way, this could be a reference to the whole Lancy pick Lunox situation in MPL Philippines. He's like the Indonesian version of Lancy. Give him Lunox first phase, and he just does well. He knows the limits of that hero.
I gotta say, I might see a world where Roundel is still playing. Because the original plan is Roundel being in the mid lane, right? And this is versus Onyx. So I gotta say, maybe there's some doubt in the management. Can we even win against Onyx? Let's just treat this as kind of like experimental lineup thing.
Well, if we can take a clue into what we're looking at right now, it looks like the poster shows the Karas lineup, which is the lineup with Sway Low. So is that a hint to maybe Sway Low now being a part of the main 5 instead of Roundel? I guess we'll just have to wait for the official team lineup later on. But talk to us about these two lineups, right? We have the Dream team on one and we have the Kras team on the other. What are the winning conditions for EVOS to be able to win up against Onyx?
Oh man,
it's very hard to pin down like the individual things because there's just plenty, right?
Okay.
Onyx have been the perfect team throughout the season, so I'd say show up. Right now, it's all about showing up on stage, right? It's all about performing in the playoffs. You can be really good in the regular season and then fumble. We just saw that from a particular red team. can Onyx live up to the expectations they got? At this point, even if they drop a game, it's already them failing to meet expectations. The expectations around this dream team lineup is ridiculous.
Yeah. I feel like it starts with the belief on yourself, right? A lot of teams, I gotta say, in the regular season, I don't think coming into the matchup against Onyx, they believe that they can win against them. So just take, a page out of Niall's book. Believe in yourself, know that you are better than the opposing team, even though factually it's not really true. And second one, I gotta say, Keyboy has been kind of like shaky in terms of like playing a pure front-to-back composition. It's not Keyboy, it's just the whole team of Onyx. I believe the first win that Alter Ego has achieved in the regular season in the first leg against Onyx was through forcing Onyx to play an honest front-to-back draft, where Keyboy's potential is limited, where Sans' potential is limited. So maybe they can use that to their advantage.
Okay, that does make sense because technically in the regular season, 2 teams were able to beat them. You talked about Alter Ego and the other team being BTR.
Yeah.
Okay, how did BTR win that game?
It's a mystery.
It's
Well,
a mystery.
it's a mystery now, but if you look at the regular season, I think they just played the fundamentals better, right? They played the fighter gold lanes, they shocked Skylar, who was again stuck on the normal gold laners at that time. Now, within the time period of that loss towards the break of playoffs, and now, they should have already, fixed a lot of those errors, a lot of those weakness points. But the question is he comfortable enough to be able to perform on stage with those expectations? Now, that is what we need to really highlight, because will he perform? I think so. On the stage, in front of those people, in front of the millions watching who think Onyx already got the trophy, bit different.
Are we talking about Skylar?
Yeah.
I mean, he has a lot of experience in his hand. I don't think it's really that much of a problem.
He's a lot of
Lane
experience
gone.
on marksman, on gold lane picks.
And he had his, what is that? The break period?
Yeah,
Well,
inactive period last
Inactive
season.
period last season.
I'm not sure if that's a problem for Skylar, even though he's forced to be on a fighter, man. I don't see that.
Okay, but either or, to sum it all up, right? We're looking at 2 things that they can potentially punish from Onyx, which is what you mentioned was the front to back, and then the second being the comfortability and how well Skylar can excel on these fighters in the gold lane. We mentioned a little bit about Kyrie earlier, but we saw in the back rooms, he's smiling, he looked
Yep.
okay.
It was good.
So hopefully that sickness that he caught yesterday made him unable to pick up that trophy
Yep.
for first team jungler. He's okay. A complete reset now for Onyx because we're looking at potentially one of the craziest back-to-back and distinctions between 2 different junglers in Kyrie as well as in Albert, because both junglers have a lot of experience behind them as well. What are we expecting from this showdown?
I think we're expecting a lot of stability from both sides. These 2 junglers are not really prone to make a lot of mistakes. They're always stable, they always play the A game in the regular season. These 2 are, for me, 2 S-tier junglers.
Yes.
No matter how bad EVOS is playing in regular season, Albert is the one that performs. You see, like, the gold cap is really not that high from Albert towards the opposing jungler, even though EVOS is losing by 10k gold lead. It's always like that for Albert. On the Lancelot, on the Yi Sun-shin, on every hero that he always played brilliantly. But I think the main difference should be the teammates that he's playing with is on par with Kyrie's.
Yeah, it's the longevity as well from Albert and Kyrie. They've been playing against each other for so long, with each other for a couple of seasons here when he was in Onyx. So they both understand each other too. That's the thing, right? They know how both of them, they know each other's dynamics. They know how they like to play. It just comes down to the rest of the team for Albert popping off together with him, because it's not like it's impossible for Albert to actually beat Kyrie. We got a glimpse of that. Actually, we got to see exactly that at M4 with a team that, again, it's debatable, but I'd say it was weaker than the Onyx star-studded lineup. He was able to win, getting 3rd place at the M4 World Championship.
Now we shift our focus onto the gold lane, a bit of a topic that we were discussing earlier on about Skylar. Now, Erlan, there's a distinct distinction in the data as well, 12 times total picks on his certain heroes, and then you have the other side with 3 times total picks with a 61% win rate. And the hero choices are a little bit similar but different. There's Obsidia for Erlan. What do you think about this Obsidia pick?
I think that was a pick that they went for. Did they win against on the Obsidia? I honestly forgotten that. But even if they win or lose on the Obsidia, won or lost on the Obsidia, I don't think it's a proper playoff pick unless we see some really good picks on the other side that would be countered by the Obsidia. You know, like it's very extremely situational.
Yeah, honestly, I can see a world where Obsidia is being picked up against a Granger. I think we see a one-on-one matchup with Shiva actually not leading in gold. He is behind in gold by quite a lot towards the opposing airline, and he was able to almost solo kill him in the midst of multiple EVOS members. So maybe that can be used, but it is very conditional for me for the Obsidia. Yeah. For Onyx, man, I feel like, is it a reach for them to be able to, or to ban the Granger in the first phase? Just limit that outright, or is that too?
That's a good question.
Honestly, it makes sense, you know? After seeing yesterday's performance for Airline, it would be strange not to see the Granger respected. I don't think you want to ban it. Skylar plays a mean Granger. Deny it away.
I guess. But if it's EVOS, EVOS wouldn't pick Granger first pick, right?
Yeah, if you go...
No way.
Well, they haven't yet. Maybe they will. It's something that Aurora Philippines have done against CLPH in the upper bracket finals.
Does that limit Skylar though?
I think Skylar has plenty
In
of
a way.
heroes, other heroes that are still gold laner. Again, the big question for me right now is still, how will he perform on fighters? Because I know he's the best on marksman. He's up there with Iman on marksman. It's just, if there are no more choices in gold, like let's say the Granger gets picked up, the Herrick gets banned out, can he perform to the normal Skylar level on a fighter?
Maybe not, but to be honest, I don't think he needs to. With the fact that Onyx is just so dominating in the regular season. Mind you that until the end of week number 9, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Skylar has not picked up a single game MVP yet.
Wow.
I don't recall him actually picking
Same.
one. You're right.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
This is the gold laner that carried
They carry your
RR2.
sons.
It's always an Onyx problem, man. Back when he had CW and Boots, they were amazing players, but they were always the ones that were forgotten. Why? Because they have such a strong trio mid. And again, if the trio mid wins out super early and they get like a massive goal lead around first few neutral objectives, it's done.
That equals to Skylar win too, right?
Exactly. But I think, especially looking at how EVOS dealt with there was very early game-centric drafts, they should be able to pull it off. Onyx have shown to be quite vulnerable in the drafting phase to those early game tempo picks of EVOS.
Okay. So those are the things that we are going to be looking at. We saw earlier on though, the
Tifo.
Sonics. What is it called?
Tifo.
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 Yep.
Oh, it's called a Tifo.
It's a banner, Tifo.
Oh. It looks sick. It looks sick.
Tifo or Aerith?
Aerith? What's that? Is this a reference?
No, it's Tifo or Aerith. That's.
Oh! I still don't get
I'm sorry.
reference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never mind. Just move on, please.
I think...
Okay,
I
if
don't-
Miracle doesn't get it, I definitely won't get it.
Prince Skylar!
But Skylar.
Prince
yeah.
Skylar.
Skylar.
What is he on? Was that a Yuzong?
But I mean, earlier we saw the win rates, and technically it does make sense that the win rates are very high. Skylar on the fight
Yeah.
because Onyx as a team have
Only lost twice.
they've been winning a whole lot.
The Forgotten Tiger, though. Yeah.
Sick Nick, by the way.
Hey, thank you. It was improv. It was like I was like, I didn't expect it to pop off in that game either. I was just like, all right, let's just cast. All of a sudden, gets a Savage in game number 1, and again, reminded me a lot of like how we forgot about him because of his shaky performance, because of all the drama. I hope they're opening their eyes now because this could have been what you had. You've had this for a while now, by the way, Evos. It's just 4 seasons too late.
Yeah, and I think I saw Brands on one of his streams pretty much passing the torch
Aw.
to Erland. You know, he doesn't want to play anymore, just giving the chance towards the young
He even
guns.
said, like, if I play, we'll lose on the stream.
He said his cloud is washed.
Oh, that's really sweet. But it sounds like the team is ready. We're gonna throw it over to the team entrance for both teams.
Welcome to the International Derby. Through a season of turbulence and trials, they have clawed their way back from the depths of doubt. The White Tigers, once the pride of a generation, now stand reborn at the gates of the MPL ID Season 16 playoffs. It is time to remind everyone that they are the sole holders of the ever-coveted M-Series trophy in Indonesia.
They have defeated Dewa United Esports just yesterday And now they will ascend and challenge the Sky Kings. Will they be able to do so? This is EVOS!
Will they roar loud in the face of doubt? Will they pounce forward in times of desperation? With the Forgotten Tiger now sharpening his claws, and the baby alien who defies human limits, it's time for EVOS to challenge the Sky Kings. And above the clouds, where greatness meets eternity, the Sky Kings reign unchallenged. Twice, they've conquered Southeast Asia. Their crowns forged in the fires of MSC. Yet the heavens still whisper of an unfinished dream. For all their glory, all their gold, the Sky Kings still gaze towards the one prize that eludes even the gods, the M Series crown.
They are still the team to beat. Will they be able to defend their title? This is Onyx!
Ascending from up in the skies, chasing not only victory, but immortality itself. This is Onyx against EVOS. Both with international accolades. Who will be the ones to bring all the victory, all the glory home? And it seems like Glory Goni has been very, very strange for EVOS. Let's take a look at the coaching staff for both teams. The brains behind the operations, the masterminds crafting all the drafts and the strategies. From Onyx, it is Coach Ari and the CW. And for EVOS, it is Vin and Bravo. This will be a battle for the ages.
A victory here means that they will increase their odds in securing a ticket for that M7. A match where they have to beat Alter Ego, who is currently waiting in the upper bracket finals. Will it be Onyx or will it be EVOS? Let's witness it together.
The International Derby shall commence here right now. And it looks like for the White Tigers, they have brought in Sway Low instead of Roundel to go head to head. We have one team with several MSC trophies behind them up against a team with the one and only M Series trophy that MPL Indonesia holds.
Big matchup, man. Again, if you look at it, Swaylo, technically, Jevin, is 100% game rate here. 2 games he's played on the Lunox, 2 wins.
Yeah, riding on the momentum I see for EVOS, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If it works, why change the roster? Until it doesn't work, they change it again, because that's the EVOS way.
That's the EVOS way. But do you think it's going to be as simple as, you know what, if Swaylo's playing, let's take away
Hell
the
no.
Lunox?
No. I don't think it's going to be as simple as that, though, because Swaylo does have a lot of heroes in his arsenal, and he actually plays a very mean Jusin. It's just strange how he didn't perform in the regular season, but all of a sudden he comes in clutch, and he's like, yeah, I got you. Performs on the big stage. It just goes to show you the different dynamics of players, right? They can do bad and scrims and low perform, like in low pressure situations, but all of a sudden they're the ones to pop off in the high intensity situations, and it's night and day for EVOS and Onyx. Those statistics, man, it was so good for Onyx. For EVOS, they're not doing bad in the unique heroes department. We've seen the glue roll, we've seen crazy picks from Vin. It's died down a bit. Like, even he, as a coach debuting the season, knows, all right, maybe I was pushing the bill a bit too far. One thing, though, is consistently good, and it's the Granger. 12-3. Brands, again, to go back to Brands, on stream said, he's probably the best Granger in Indonesia. And we have some good Grangers, man.
Yeah. Interesting.
Even, whoa. I mean, I'm thinking about Arfi's performance on the Granger in the regular season, right?
I'm thinking Eman, but Brand said he
All right.
thinks he's the best, Erlan,
That's
on Granger.
Mr. Fantastic right there.
Or the other. Bombastic, yeah.
Okay.
Could be, could be.
But I mean, talking about these unique picks, we did see the Glue earlier on, I believe, and then we saw the Dairos 0% win rate, the Nana 0% win rate. So do you agree with that statement earlier, Chef? And do you think that Evo should stick to what they're good at and not stray away from that box?
Well, to be honest, when you look at the Nana game, I think there has to be some kind of fix here and there to make it work.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a bad pick, and that position, I think it's decent. I always say this, Nana is a one-on-one hero. Some mid laner can have the burst, some mid laner can have the CC, Nana have both. It's just you trade it off with the fact that Nana is super immobile, and also the fact that you play with a cycle.
That makes sense. So, first pick selection is gonna go to Onyx, boys.
Oh man.
I don't know, because, you know, last season or even 2 seasons ago, we were talking about side selection being super important in the drafting phase. Do you feel like then this season it's more 50-50 on red and blue?
I think it's 100-100. Like, they've been phenomenal on both. But yeah, blue side does seem to be the better side for them compared to the red side. As compared to the time with Yeb. Yeb always likes red. Whether they're winning or losing, he will want to have the last and final say.
Okay, let's take a look at the drafting phase now. With Onyx on blue side, this is the drafting phase for game number 1 presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. And you can hear the crowd going wild. Granger has actually been banned out by Onyx,
Wow.
taken away from Erlan.
That is very interesting. Usually, you saw the Yuzong after a Yisenshin pick, or maybe you want to just deny the opposing jungler to be able to get close to the objective, but this is a blind Yuzong pick. And to be honest, Tupi has been playing it phenomenally, as far as I remember.
It's both, by the way. Like, the Lunox and the Granger, right? Like, they are really respecting that. But yeah, the Yuzong pick, blind Chefin, to add on to that, was usually combo with an Angela, and that doesn't look like what they're going for, although again, it could still be picked up later on. Evos, is that a free Kacha Alice?
I believe so. And Angela is banned too.
Yeah, oh, okay, sorry. Onyx, are they going, or sorry, Evos, are they going to go for the Lancelot or the Kacha now? That's the big question, right? The Lancelot is the better choice right now, just so that you can pick up a jungler, but knowing how versatile Albert is, you might just want to go and lean into the combo so that you can pick up whatever, Baksha, Fredrin, later on.
Yeah, I think utility is still in... Oh, never mind. They big Yuzong into a Yisenshin, not Yisenshin. I mixed that up.
Opposite.
They big Yisenshin into a Yuzong and also Hayabusa. That is a bit ballsy from Vin here, but I guess Albert has been performing out of his mind on this pick as well. Huh.
And now we enter the second phase. Kimmy gets banned out by the White Tigers. They're starting to limit here on Sansa's hero pool, but Sans plays a lot. You know, technically Onyx has not shown too many heroes, but we know for a fact that they have it within their hero pool. I think at some point they were the team with the most amount of heroes used. I think that was like 2 seasons, 3 seasons ago.
Should be the Farsa pickup for Sans here if it's not banned out, right? It does look like it fits the bill. You're going to go up against Yusin in the lane in the Yushin as well. You want to zone him, so you add more zoning on top of the Yuzong that you already picked up. And Onyx, they're denying away some of these prio mids. Again, Evos, throughout the regular season, even throughout yesterday's games where they won, they like to control the early game. That tempo is always part of their game. And to be fair, right now, Kalea is still up as well. It is pretty good. I think it's pretty signature pick as well for Key. And the Grok too. Oh, sorry, Grok's banned out by Evo, so it'll be strange if Onyx decide to... Actually, never mind, it's not that strange, because the Gato's still up all the way to here.
I mean, it's dangerous grass, so maybe you want to nail down the Hilda for Evos here. I don't remember Key playing it, I believe.
Yeah.
But in this case, it does decent against a Hayabusa. We saw how Finn was able to deter the potential of Yazuke in the earlier matchup, even though at the end of the day, they lose out of the series. But Gatot Kacha is... Never mind, it's gotta be a Ruby. Huh.
Yeah. They want to trade for it. So if Evos go for the Kalea, Onyx go for the Gatot. But if Evos go Gatot, now that's the question. What will Onyx go for? This looks too good to be true, the Gatot Kacha, no, right? Like, that should have been something that Evos had to choose for the Yi Sun-shin or the Gatot in Red 3, but they get both. So the Alice Gatot plus the Yi Sun-shin and the Jusin, this is looking ultra meta.
Yeah. And the Farsa, yeah, there you go. The Farsa is gonna get punished too from the potential AOG. And it's gonna be the Hilda for Onyx instead. Erlan what are you gonna play for here? Is it gonna be the traditional marksman or a fighter?
Should be. I think it should be a fighter.
Lapu Lapu
Cho?
available.
All right.
Can he play the Cho?
Time to show us, Airline. What do you?
He has not picked it up. No.
What do you have? Aside from your Granger, aside from your CC, it's banned out.
Lapu Lapu, Bane.
Bane.
Lapu would be good, I think.
Against the Harith, Bane, technically, right? But Lapu Lapu is the safer option. If they want to go crazy, it's the Claude.
Ooh.
Good against the Harith.
The night sky tells all.
They go Esmeralda.
You know what? I'm kind of rocking with that.
Against the Harith, it's a proper lane. It's a counter matchup. All right.
Very aggressive compositions from both teams. Let's see how things open up as they throw it over to our casters.
Welcome to the International Derby. It is EVOS against Onyx in a battle for the ages. The fans are in the building, and we are to realize Goni to accompany you guys. What do you think about this matchup? Everyone's going wild.
Everyone is going wild, and for a good reason. Realize, remember, momentum is everything, and if EVOS gets game one with that sort of composition, that's gonna be big. But they are going up against the Sky Kings. Remember, folks, the winner here will advance to the upper bracket finals, where they will meet Alter Ego. Loser
Smash them.
faces up against the Red Robots, Megatron, in the lower brackets.
High stakes match. If you win, you are one game or one series away from M7. And if you lose, you're gonna face the big boys in the red robot suit, Megatron by Vitality. To the veterans, it is a timeless rivalry. Albert, Kyrie, they have been together for quite some time in Onyx, but Albert has been shifting to the marksman, role, and now he has center stage as the baby alien, the jungler for EVOS. And Onyx, I do agree with our panelists, they are playing a ballsy, I'd say, sort of composition where they give away a lot of things, and even Keyboy with the flicker, that's a resource spent from Onyx. Emblems by GamesMax. Nothing too particular, maybe only Esmeralda with the Festival of Blood to get extra sustain. They want to fight in mid.
Yeah, that's a big taunt. That's gonna be Sans forced to use the flicker. Their Key is still holding on. Pops to revitalize, and now Keyboy, they know that they have no flicker. And Sway Low will secure that knockup, and Keyboy will be taken down by Key.
It's gonna be the kill towards Key. So it could have gone worse for Onyx. Number one, it's only Keyboy who dies. And number two, the kill is going to go into Key's pocket. Sway Low.
Oh my goodness, that's a quick punish. That's a big compensation for Onyx. They took down the mid lane, the super sub yesterday.
It feels like it's a Roundel hero with the juice in. But now Suelo has to play it. They outright banned away two of the strongest EVOS heroes yesterday. It was the Granger and the Lunox, the comfort picks, the go-to picks for both Adelan and Suelo. So now they have to compensate with the juice in, and even the Esmeralda in the hands of Adelan. Gonna go for a gank down bottom. Rendy has to be careful.
Just need want a spell here being thrown out by Rendy, but Onyx not enough kit just yet. The turtle is up here. And both teams are playing it slow. Both junglers looks to clear their respective camps first.
They were trying to blow a resource from Rendy, or from one of the laners of EVOS as well, because an objective is coming close. The turtle is also available. And Onyx, it seems like they have less prio compared to EVOS. Kyrie is here, and Lupi is hiding in that bush. Dangerous grass. Might open up a flank angle for him. He gets spotted out, pops the Black Dragon form.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Black Dragon form here, just to zone away. Yishin is nowhere near though. Take a look at the Yishin. Good mobility. The Yishin cuts the rotation off Skylar. That's gonna be a kill, an important one from EVOS. Great read from Albert.
It makes you question, was it worth it for Onyx? They left Skylar all alone in a world of hurt, and Albert was able to take down his former teammate, the newly ascended player into the Sky Kings round. Talent prediction by GoPay. Again, most of the talent prediction so far in the playoffs, Goni, has been unanimous. 3-0 for me, 3-0 for you, 3-1 for Eternite Miracle.
For the last match though, I think It was 0% for all the talents.
Alter Ego is able to defy the odds and prove us all wrong. Maybe EVOS has something to say in this series. A bit of a statistic here for all the records. Monic players with these heroes. So yeah, I think Lutpi is one of the most known players to pick up the Yuzong. 4 wins, 1 loss. EVOS though, 7 wins and 5 losses for Albert in the Yi Sun Shin. Now, come into a rather moving away from the laning phase. It seems like EVOS are always going to exert pressure again with the Gatot Kacha Alice. It seems like Onyx are giving them away, I'd say, a game plan on a silver platter, because we saw that yesterday. That Alice Gatot Kacha combo is so intense with the Thorn of the Ruin, and then you could just stack it up with the AOG, with a Mountain Shocker too. So there's a lot of controls coming in from EVOS. Onyx needs to find a counterplay for this because they are quite susceptible to it. I mean, sure, Skylar is a Harith after all. Sans has the Wings by Wings to kind of, bob and weave away from the pressure. It seems like Onyx are now, to be honest, quite on a back foot with EVOS taking over all the kills. And now it will come down to the second objective.
Yeah, the setup here. EVOS is slowly controlling the mid bush, and Sans knows it. EVOS already 4 members is in the mid lane. With Harith clearing top, I think that's already like enough information that okay, let's go and go for the mid lane or the turtle lane. Pariah. There you go, Onyx now commits with 5 members. Esmeralda is not far behind. Key and Lutpi facing off with each other. That's Keyboy though, jumping! Oh my goodness! The damage is there, but take a look at the burst damage from EVOS. Enough to burst Kyrie down almost. Shadow kill forcibly.
Headlock.
Look at Lutpi. Oh! 3-man immobilization. Albert finds the connection, and that will be Tyler. Tyranny deal damage, not enough just yet though, but EVOS, what a fight.
Call me a Granger merchant once more, I dare you. Erlan shouts at them. A perfect falling star moon. But man, that could have been even better for EVOS if they had the damage to follow that up. Thankfully though, they still get the turtle and a kill towards Lutpi. With a 1.1k gold lead, EVOS are the ones dictating this early game. And again, Onyx, what kind of setup are we gonna ask from them? Lutpi, AOG!
AOG taunted, no BDF right now. They will be able to get the clear though as Keyboy looks for an angle, doesn't really find the connection just yet. But man, what a call to fight right there. And again, the falling Star Moon lands, and Mount Shocker was there as well, and EVOS, they're slightly ahead.
That's the thing, Donnie. They have so much setup for the Mountain Shocker. It was the Alice ult earlier on, plus the AOG, and then you have a falling Star Moon on top of that. And this Esmeralda is having, I'd say a beautiful time against the Harith, especially on how Esmeralda, very good against shields, and yeah, so far, Onyx still puzzled on what they have to do. They have team fight presence, yes, again, the Feather Airstrike, you have the Shadow Kill too, and Lutpi. Again, the punching bag with the Black Dragon form, so much options. But so far, it's EVOS who are relentless. He is invading the territory, the jungle of Onyx. So you can, again, EVOS are making Onyx uncomfortable. This is what the teams have to do up against Onyx. You can't give them space and time to do whatever they want. You have to challenge them, and EVOS are doing just that.
So far, so good though for the White Tigers here as they look to apply pressure now towards the top lane, especially with the neutral objective. But take a look at 3 members here in the bush. Keyboy will face check. That's gonna be taunt. AOG Kyrie will not be able to escape that one. Great connection. What a call again from the White Tigers.
And that sets them up for the 3rd turtle. And their airstrike.
Oh no. Oh no. Lutpi will be taken down. They will defend their mid turret though, but that's a free lord for the White Tigers.
It's a free lord for them. Oh, Skylar. What is he doing?
Wow, what is this call? Skylar now jumping in! It's 1-for-1! Skylar v Albert. Tyler now looking for an escape, doesn't find it as Erlan
Kyrie!
connects it. That's gonna be Kyrie jumping in. Sans collects the double. And take a look at Erlan, who will not be able to hold on pressure. That's a triple for Kila Sans.
The Crown Prince ascends to the skies and goes in all alone on a mission to save the Sky King. Suelo!
Finds the connection, but not enough damage to deal more. They will take Kai though, and that will delay the Lord take. So W Suelo.
W Suelo, indeed. That is a very good way to stall Onyx Lord. They took down Kyrie, rather Suelo set his eyes set on Kyrie and was able to at least now dissuade Onyx from taking this Lord because they don't have the Retribution plus Evos are now completely spawned. So Keyboy, I think the angle that Onyx has is also to utilize Keyboy to look for angles in this dangerous grass. Our panel mentioned it. That this dangerous grass map kind of favors the Hilda too. You have map control somewhere in between. But again, the setup is just not as hard locking as what Evos have. The Yuzong with the Petrify and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
now Onyx, they have to bank on just protecting Mr. President, and that's protecting Skylar. Because Skylar, when it reaches the late game, the Harith will be insane.
I mean, so far, I like the calls from the side of Evos, right? I think most of the fight, I think they were able to have the advantage. And now with the Lord up here, Albert is level 14, Kyrie level 12. With the Feather Airstrike popped, I think Evos now has an angle. Kai though jumps in, Suelo. Crimson Beacon towards the back. Quad Shadow is not available for Kai. That should be information for Evos. What's their plan?
A bit too premature there from Sans. I think he was trying to open up the bush and maybe just dissuade Evos members. Now they don't have the Feather Airstrike for this fight. It could be botched for them. The Lord.
That's gonna be the Lord. Focus now. Now that's gonna be Ludwig taken off the board as a distraction. Kai picks up the Lord. That's gonna be Evos though looking for the collapse. Evos looks for an angle. Sans still with the wings by wings looking for good positioning. Evos take 2 members, but they lose out on the Lord as they look to collapse towards the mid turret. Tyler is there to provide the clear. Will find the clear for now. And Evos now, what's their play? Seems like they will focus on towards the bottom side of the map.
At least that's the kill towards Lutfi and Keyboy. Could have been worse. Could have been Kyrie. Could have been Skylar. But this Harith is safe. As of now, quite safe as well. If Evos look for a dive angle through Rendy, maybe even Erlan jumping into the back, but I don't think it's wise enough to do just that. Now the Lord, though, secured by Onyx, so it's still a slight win for them. Holy Crystal for Skylar. This Harith is going to hurt. So they have something, or rather they have to do something, Evos, to address this Harith. Again, it has to be the Esmeralda keeping that Harith at bay. But if it spirals out of control, then the Harith is just unstoppable then. Lord up top will be cleared by Albert. So far, again, Evos looking for angles to pressure Onyx. Look at how Onyx respond. They go down bottom, they clear that wave and possibly make it crash to the bottom side structure. It's how they're able to pick up scraps and just get trades all across the map. Elon will answer, so Onyx sticking S5 ain't even not the best answer too, right? AOG, on a Choker, and then you have an Alice, so it's hard for Onyx at least, but there are the gods of the game for a reason.
That's gonna be the taunt. Black Dragon form committed. Oh, Revitalized Keep will not be able to survive that. 1-5v4 now. Take a look at the back. Ludwig trying to hold off 2 members now with the reposition. Keyboy and Skylar, take a look at the mid lane. Randy is quite vulnerable, but Onyx now says hello towards the mid lane. They will find the structure, but man, Evos a little bit too late there on the disengage.
Finally, they barge into that mid lane. It was long overdue. Getting that structure, the first ever in the mid lane. So at least that's something very, very valuable for Onyx. Now they have access into the river too, deeper inside of that. Oh, mounted Shocker pops. Hans just recalls in front of that. He doesn't give a damn, man. Is the GOAT in the mid lane. So, yeah. Up top, they have a wave. Crashing to the turret. No Evos though. It seems like all their initiations has been very, very good. Their decision making as well, very mature. Now they need a huge set. Either from Rendy, and then he can layer that down, like I've mentioned before. But Onyx, seems like they're aware of that situation, plus the fact that they're pretty safe, to be honest. Like Hayabusa, and then you have the Harith too. EVOS, it's time to fight for the Lord. Onyx is close by, but Kyrie is down bottom. Does EVOS have this information?
I think they're baiting it out, right? They're teasing with the Lord. And now, the bottom side is actually good for Onyx. So
Yeah, slow push.
now with Keyboy sent to scout, holding off that bush, that should be enough to gather some information. Skylar, not shown yet on the map here. If you're on EVOS' perspective, there you go. Finally, Skylar shows. So
Wait,
now with Skylar showing, what's gonna happen here? Eastern Chin is still in the bottom side of the map.
yeah.
Eastern Chin shows. What's the call here for Onyx?
They have to address the side lanes. It's pushing
Almost.
for Onyx. And now they can start the Lord because the Sun Shin is so far back. Lippi hasn't shown himself yet. He has the Black Dragon form ready. This might be the fight where Onyx really, really needs to win. Because this is where they might just turn things around. I mean, the gold lead is swinging in their favor.
Yeah.
They're just teasing it. It's just a dance.
Yeah.
And no one is committing. And now, obviously, Onyx, the pressure that they have, EVOS are invited to take this part.
Albert hasn't shown now. I mean, now they know where Albert is. A minute ago, they're not sure. That's why they let go of the Lord. That's the Black Dragon form popped. Now Rendy in the mid, around the Lord as well. That's going to be, oh, great zone. Albert was nowhere near the Lord, but Lutpi and Keyboy is trying to hold off. Keyboy first one to fall alongside Rendy. 1-for-1, but Lutpi holding 3 members.
Kyrie!
So long! Kai finds the connection, and Albert will be shut down by Lutpi. And Lutpi was the difference maker in that play. As EVOS, they will lose out on 3.
My goodness, the Sky Kings again and again. What are mere mortals to them? They win that fight, get the Lord, get out. It seems like EVOS were about to win that because Keyboy was solo, they had no front line. And the Esmeralda plus Rendy as the Alice was able to pull back a few of the members backside. Do they want to go for the kill?
Not just yet there. Yeah, that Watch Shadow doesn't land. Now with this Lord, I think Onyx will have more grounds to cover here. Let's see though, with the item check. Oh, full items for Skylar.
Yeah.
That's alarming for
Dude.
EVOS.
Even with the CE, extra safety too. Kyrie though, quite slow in terms of the farming patterns. Or rather, the farming pace. I mean, yeah, Albert has been able to get 8 kills, so that is self-explanatory, but I think he's gonna go for that last item as well. Now though, the Lord's gonna march down bottom. They have a wave pushing up top. It's pretty good for Onyx. Do they want to crash into the mid lane turret? Because as of now, no one's touching the top side. It's gonna be a slow push for Onyx into that last inner turret.
Yeah.
Black Dragon form.
They want the far lane. The Lord will charge. Black Dragon for the zone. Shaman for spot. Feather airstrike. Took a look at the AoE from the side of Onyx. It will be enough to take 2 base turrets down, and Onyx will be happy. Their call is, yeah, let's not fight. Let's just take the turrets.
Take it slow. And that was why they left the top side turret, or the top side wave, to just push on by itself. Because as they were taking down the mid and the bottom side, that top side just crumbled as the minions came pushing in. So EVOS now are in the back foot. Look at that gold difference, 5.2k. It was 2.4k for EVOS a few minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, and now EVOS need to make something happen. They need a big set again. They need Rendy to again be the difference maker because he was the one who sealed their victory yesterday against Dewa in that reverse sweep. With the Alice as well. It's a strong pick for most of the EVOS players. Santa and Lutpi, they are relentless, unflinching in the grass.
They are turtling right now as they are behind in gold. 18 minutes though, so soon the gold won't be relevant, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
Say the 23rd minute mark. Let's see if EVOS is able to hold on that long though, because in 30 seconds, Onyx will focus down the Lord. What's the call for Evos?
Endless battle for Kyrie. Extra damage, true damage as well. He needs to cut down through Erlan and through Rendy. Very tanky too. Key is also there. Look at Sans. He's a Farsa. He can do it. Whatever he wants. Has the Wings by Wings to reposition. And he opens up the map as well for Onyx, confirming a few members are down in the bottom side jungle. Lord spawns, and it is going to be an Evolve Lord, seems like. As Rendy is close by. Again, fishing for that angle. Key Boy on the grass. He might catch Sway low, but Sway low has the lantern. Rendy is chunked down to half HP, but he can heal.
Oh, take a look at the mid lane. Skylar in trouble, but take a look at the peel on it now. They want for an angle. Farsa, Wings by Wings there just to bluff. And at least Albert is able to keep the distance. That's going to be info though. No, Yisun Shin. Oh no, that's the winner crown pops. Rendy now in the back. That's going to be Swalo repositioning Black Dragon forward. And the Petrify will lock Swalo down. That's a pierce dive. That's going to be two members off the board. Rendy out. Erlan will not be able to be taken down just yet as Albert is clearing their main base. Two members off the board. That's green light for Onyx to take the Lord.
The minion was also pushing in the mid lane, and this Lord is free for Onyx to take. Everything is theirs. And even Keyboy and Sans are contemplating on possibly going for another assassination, but that was perfect. Look at Sans!
They're looking for the end. Last baser is taken down. Feather airstrike deployed. Key now receiving a lot of heat. Key taken down. Just two members now defending. Swalo will be up in 5. Erlan can hold on. But the immortality will it be enough as Erlan will be taken down by Skylar. Now take a look at the base as Zonic in the International Derby will claim and secure Game 1.
A beautiful comeback from what was a very promising early game from EVOS. For a moment we thought they might be the ones to take down the Sky Kings. For a moment we thought they might shake this building off. But Onyx again proving that they are the Sky Kings. That they are on a quest of immortality. Man, Skylar. With the Harith again showing up when needed. He has been criticized ever since he made his way into Onyx. That he hasn't been in form. That he has always been in the shadows of Kyrie, on the back of the shadows of Sans. But he proves that he can also be that big game player. We can't forget he used to be the crown prince for RRQ, and now among the gods he stands. And among the gods he will fight. What a game from Skylar. And what a turnaround from Onyx.
Clean connection and the chemistry is still there. EVOS back to the drawing boards. But my goodness, Onyx, they look solid. Game 1.
They do. They look very, very clean. Even if it wasn't really a clean game, rather early game. And for EVOS, it's back to the drawing board. Do you want to go to one-dimensional with the composition? Again, we talked about the set needed to really go in. But Esmeralda pick, I thought it was gonna outlast the Harith. But in turn, it just got bursted down like it did not have an HP bar. Well, Onyx left the Gacha Alice open. We thought they were challenging EVOS, and they did. They challenged EVOS. Player pocket picks, player comfort picks will go on from there. Man, 1-0 EVOS. They have to reset. Meanwhile, Onyx are very, very strong now. What do you think, panelists?
What a game by the Sky Kings for game number 1 to open things out in the International Derby. It looks like Onyx really have their eye on the prize, man. They want that upper bracket, but obviously it's still the first game in a best of 5. We've seen results go either way despite the momentum of a game number one. But let's break that down a little bit more, because backstage, I was hearing you guys talk about the draft being a little lackluster on Onyx, but how are they able to win?
Pure mechanics.
They're just
pure
better.
Individual. Yeah, they're just better. This is what Onyx is all about ever since season 11. Yep, drafted some sketchy drafts. Somehow they still win 10k gold lead. Doesn't matter at all. This is the case. The Hilda is gonna fall off in the late game. Somehow they won. You know?
It's comfort over meta, and if you have players like that, like I went back to the town room. I was like, me, KB, you were not, Radit was there as well. We were like, okay. Ray's boy asked me, if you look at both teams, just without the nicknames, who do you think has a better draft? I'm like, right side, Evos. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, but the thing is, there are names on each of those picks, and that's where you can never count Onyx out, man. Even though it looked like it was kind of like, I mean, Lord number one, it looked really bad for them. Skylar comes in, and that's the thing, right? The trio mid has been so good in the regular season. They won so hard in the early game that they've never needed Skylar. But when you need Skylar, and when he's not on a fighter, he's still that top clutch marksman. That's why they chose him over Savero. He can be the guy to be like, yo, guys, I got you. And this is the play right here that you see on your screen.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't worry, guys. I understand. I know when to go in. And he has the ego to do it.
And shout out to Slutpi as well, speaking about
Oh, yeah.
factor. He is absolutely insane, just nailing down on Albert, on Swillow, to the backline of Evos. He is doing his job as usual perfectly, especially in the mid-game to the late game. Early game, not so much. He's losing out on the lane against Randy, but it is to be expected in a way. But yeah, he rises up to the occasion with the Black Dragon forms.
And that's why it looks like Skylar will be given the player of the game here for game number one, presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 FE on the Harris. We were talking about his conventional picks. He goes in with a Harris. Sure, it's not a marksman, but it's definitely a hero that we've seen him be very comfortable on and definitely perform on as well.
Yeah, conventional pick, does really well. And on the point of Lutfi, I do want to talk about it, right? Because I don't think he's up there when it comes to just like XP in general, because he's just a filler guy. But on the Yuzong, clearly he is the best in Indonesia. There's no other Yuzong in Indonesia that we can be like, oh man, that's a scary pick. And that's why Onyx felt so comfortable first picking it. Yuzong has been super overrated, I'll be honest with you. I think out of all the picks you have in the meta, over the CC even, Yuzong is ultra overrated because you need to have a skilled player behind it. Sanford played it, made it look OP.
Yeah.
And then now you see it in Indo, you see Shogun pick it up, you see day one people pick it up, and you're like, why is it so good? And then Lutfi's like, because of the user.
I mean, to add to that point, it's a hero that relies on a cycle. So it's not just you.
Yes.
It's the whole team, how to utilize that window when you pop the Black Dragon form perfectly. And in this case, it looks catchy in the first, like, maybe 3 or 4 fights, but it looks really, really good once you get to the late game.
Because at the very end, we saw a little team fight on the top side of the map, and that was a make it or break it moment. And man, that was all Yuzong. That was all Lutfi on the Yuzong as well.
Here it is, man. It looks so good for Evos, up until Skylar said, nah.
And what a way to secure your first ever MVP in an Onyx jersey, right? In the playoff! In the first game that they play!
Man.
Season 16!
The MPL arena roared at that play.
For both sides, by the way. Like, well, yeah, obviously for Onyx, when they made plays, but Evos fans are in the building as well. And there are just so many really good moments. I just gotta say, this is probably our first real game of MLBB in the playoffs, and I'm glad to see it here.
Oh, man. And I think, I gotta say too, Onyx, the fact that they were enabled to make this comeback is also because of the fact that Evos is not really playing their A game in the late game. They're not safe. Suelo, time to time, he's overextending a little bit.
Yeah.
And I can kind of understand that. He's up against a Hayabusa, which can cover a lot of ground. Sometimes he just catches you off guard, like this time around. Lutfi can just go into your face and do as much damage as he wants to. As long as he's locking him down and also locks in the Petrify towards the perfect target, it is a sure kill, whether it's Albert or Suelo.
It must be so frustrating.
It is. It's extremely frustrating. And the thing is, we can go back and talk about, yeah, Onyx were much better. But they're not just better individually in terms of mechanics. They're better individually in terms of understanding what to do and having the confidence to do what they want to do. See, if you look at Evos early on, how were they able to get so much success? They weren't scared. They were so open, so brave to make these big plays happen. To dive in, Randy, sway low as well, flickering in to get the first blood, right? Little things like this. But once you get to the mid to late game, once you see Onyx start doing a bit of damage, Evos, even with their battle spells, they're so afraid to dive. They're so afraid to punish these small mistakes. they got hit by the Onyx name debuff, man.
Yeah.
But there's definitely potential there, right?
Yes.
This was a 20-minute game. This is one of the longer games that we've seen here in the playoffs, where everyone else had a 13, a 14, 15-minute game on average.
Finally 20.
So there's potential there. There's a potential for Evos. It looked like they really put up a fight. And how do they adjust from this, though? Because technically, you guys mentioned, even Onyx having the lesser draft, they were still able to win it. So what do Evos do moving forward from this point?
Less hesitation, I gotta say.
Yes.
Even though, to be fair, I think there are some occasions where EVOS, they think that Onyx winning condition is just to bait out EVOS' resources first because it's a Hilda comp. You cannot pull the trigger first. You have to somehow bait out the resources from EVOS and strike back, and that's why EVOS was so hesitant in the late game. But nonetheless, you have to go for it, man. If you want to go for this kind of composition, which, in a way, some of the heroes falls off in the late game, right?
Exactly.
The Alice, Esmeralda in a way too, and on the other side you have Skylar, which has proven himself time to time to be that clutch guy. So you don't want to gamble on a late game Harith.
That's why for Evos, it's all about how brave they can be in the late game, because when they have the battle spells, that's actually the time for you to bait out those resources. Yes, you will lose out on some battle spells, but that is the risk you have to take if you want to beat an Onyx that are playing in form like this, Sans recalling in your face, as long as you bait out the Feather Airstrike, bait out the Zaman Force, you will still have a winning angle. And I think Evos forgot about that. And I think that's also what Albert was saying to the boys right after the game ended. You saw them have a little bit of an argument there. I think he was saying to Erlan specifically, who's not on a comfort pick. We know him to play fighters. Yes, he can get, good on his signature fighters like the CC, but on the Esmeralda, this is his debut. And you can clearly see how it's impacted him. He's not able to make those clutch plays that he was able to on the Granger, on other picks that we've seen before in the regular season as well. So I think right now for Evos, to really push him to finally show his potential again, you got to put him on a comfort pick. And that might not be through playing the meta. It might be through what Onyx are doing. You get those comfort picks early, you put everyone on a signature, and you just battle it out.
That's why we were discussing about Erlan's last pick there, where the Esmeralda came in. Maybe the Lapu Lapu was an option that he could have gone for. But Esmeralda, why do you think the Esmeralda, was it the better pick in that composition?
Yeah. On paper, against a Harith, obviously the shields and all that. And really the only thing that you have to worry about is the Harith. That's the only real source of damage dealing that is consistent towards the Esmeralda. Farsight, you can just juggle around the Feather Airstrike, Hayabusa. Normally, as a Hayabusa, you don't want to go to the Esmeralda himself or herself, because that would be stupid. So that's why I think it is a good pick in a way, but also for Erlan, maybe not so much.
Okay.
Fits the comp, fits the meta, doesn't fit the player.
I mean, they tried it. It didn't work out for them in that first game. So execution, I think, is one of the main highlights, and the hesitation as well for Evos as they move forward to the next game, going back to the drawing board. But that's the thing again, because if we're coming into the second game, we can't expect a similar comp, right, from Onyx.
I think we might. Onyx are the type of guys to, double down and be like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, we'll go again.
Unless Evos choose a different side, maybe things could be different.
I think the blue side should be the take for Evos. That was, I believe, also how they got the Granger yesterday. Or was it on red?
I do not remember.
A mixture of both.
All right, but the Granger is taken out, the Lunox as well, and this is where there's going to be some big problems, right? When they're not on their comfort picks, that's why Onyx really shut it down. They're like, okay, in the playoffs, it's different. It's not just about what meta picks you get. It's also, again, Lunox and Granger. Your comforts that you got 2 back-to-back wins with yesterday against Dewa, we're not letting you have it.
But at least Evos, in the early game, their execution was really, really good, man. I cannot believe Keyboy, Sans, and Kari as a Meteor gets gapped against, not even Albert. Albert was not there. It's only Key and also Swallow. Swallow just dodging all the Sans skill shots. Kyrie was not able to punish the way that he usually is. By the way, rare underwhelming game from Kyrie on Hayabusa. Usually on Hayabusa, he's the guy that executes.
He sets the expectations too high.
I think at some point of the game, he was like 2 levels below of Albert as well.
3 levels
3
below.
levels at some point. It really was. Maybe, is it a unwell factor, maybe?
Might be, but
I think it was also because of the better early game draft for Evos. They were able to punish a lot. It's just, again, they couldn't close out and they couldn't close down on the lead. They couldn't get over the 3K threshold, it was always held down by the individual farming of every single one of them.
As well as, earlier on, Sans on the Farsa.
Yeah.
He's playing a Farsa as if it wasn't a vulnerable hero.
See-
and I don't understand how that happens.
That's what I'm saying about the Farsa pick, Like, we're talking here about it being vulnerable. Well, it's also the user, obviously, but
Yeah.
that's the Farsa. That's the Farsa. That's why I wanted the Farsa for BTR instead of the Kagura.
And it's also, the same with Airline Point, right? Comfort over meta picks. Farsa might not be the most meta hero right now, but when you think of Sans, it's Farsa. When you think Farsa, it's Sans.
That's true. That's true. Even I think 2-3 seasons ago as well, Farsa has been
This
one
guy
of the best heroes that Sans has utilized. But speaking of Sans, we're
Yep.
looking at yet another amazing mid laner, Sanji. Just got the award for MPL PH. How does Sanji compare to the rest of the mid laners in MPL Indonesia? And does anyone compare?
I mean, the closest is gotta be Sans. Mechanically, I gotta say, Sans has a bit of an edge towards Sanji, but the
Okay.
synergy with the team, with how much understanding
bud. Side swap. It's like lane swap.
And they're playing like they're serious.
They're playing like they want to make it to M7. And okay, as expected, they do go on blue side. But I believe okay, how difficult... Do Onyx still ban Lunox and Granger? Now that's the question. Do they still ban Lunox Granger?
I think so.
Like, is there a particular priority ban that you need to ban from red side in this meta? Not
And
really,
in the
right?
playoffs, no. In the playoffs, no. It's
Yeah.
all about respect. It's all about like
Exactly.
the opposing comfort.
So they should still be able to ban it out.
think so.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. You
Or-
don't ban Annie anymore.
Is this
maybe
an
it's-
Adi ego thing?
Dude, there was
Nah.
no ego in game one.
I don't think
I mean,
so,
for
bro.
game 2.
Bro, and I think
Let's
a little
break
bird with a rolly and is a Filipino told me that CW is doing the drafts.
That's pretty cool.
Or rather, has the final say, because they all do drafts.
Okay. But do they do expanding rivers?
I think they do anything.
Oh.
Yeah, they're happy.
They go always.
Always, man. In rivers, in clouds, in broken things.
Bushes.
Yeah, especially bushes. They
Or
love
brushes, like Leo calls them. Brushes.
those. Leo hates Valentina, by the way. He wants to beat Valentina up.
He
in
likes
game.
Bane. He likes Bane.
He loves Bane.
He
Young
plays
man.
Beyblade.
Oh. Yes, sir. CC first pick.
Oh, there you
Goes.
go.
There you go. Okay.
So Lunox Granger, they're still banned out.
Yeah, that
Even
ain't
on red side.
that ain't stopping anytime soon. Yuzong gets banned out too, though, by Evo. So at least they've taken something out. But the Arlet is up for grabs. They will go with Aerith. Hayabusa, bro.
Whoa.
Bro, it's pure comfort. Listen. But yes, there's a combo there. But what's that combo gonna do against a better team? That's what Onyx is thinking right now.
That's such a privilege, man.
It is. It is a ridiculous privilege, and it's the privilege that Coach Adi, CW, and Coach Greed have to play with.
Eternal can relate to that.
Oh yeah, and Wolf.
Yeah.
Again with this.
So what's gonna be the plan here for EVOS? I mean, it worked out. He actually played a good game in the early to mid game. Late game, I guess it's still pretty decent. He got baited a couple of times, but it has to be Kacha, right? You don't want to give out that Gato towards Onyx.
How prior was the YSS for Albert?
At this point, without the Yuzhong too, why not?
Among the planes exists.
No, not even.
Oh, okay, so they go for a very, very different approach. They go for the Eve. Interesting. And the box.
I mean, it's a comfort pick for Suelo, right? Suelo loved the Eve back when he was in Rebellion as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
So they will ban out Sans, and that's why, by the way, last game I wanted the Farsa to be banned over the Eve. They banned out Eve instead of the Farsa. I think you can deal with the Eve when Sans can't move like that, you know. But when he can move like that, he's gonna use it to not only deal damage to you in the game, but also mentally.
And also, I think Sans has kind of a beef with Yves too.
Yeah,
Has
yeah, yeah.
drama.
Hey, he lost the M5 World Championship picking Eve in Game 7.
By the way, why the Franco ban?
Just the initial combo with the Baksha. Because that's an automatic
Baksha.
pickoff.
Yep.
It's so cheesy and you have to ban it, like it or not. And finally, we see Baksha Prio, right? But the thing is, Onyx, it seems like they're not playing with the comps that they have in the first phase. They don't feel like they're playing against a Baksha. They just completely ignore that. So maybe we have a mid laner that can punish that? I don't think
Might
so.
not be, yeah. I think they're... Oh, they banned a Helker. That's pretty good.
By the way, Kimmy is open.
Against the Baksha, usually you don't want to ban the Kimmy. It would be strange if they do. Because I think out of all the mid laners right now, they should be a bit happier going up against Kimmy than the others, right? I would much rather have the Farsa banned out still.
For me, if I were EVOS, I would just ban out another roamer or maybe like other heroes
Kalea?
that dive towards Suelo because that's been the problem, right? Suelo getting picked up quite a bit of times.
Brock is banned. Hilda is banned.
Kalea.
Okay, yeah,
Lead.
I like the
Okay.
Farsa ban. Really like the Farsa ban. Onyx can still go Kalea, yes, but the Gato Kacha is still up for grab. But again, by the way, Onyx have not cared about the Gato Alice combo and now the CC
Yeah, no.
Gato combo. Like
You
they're
wanna-
saying to Key, go for it, dude.
Do you want to bring back the Cho?
Well, they go Juice in first. I can't believe that was open all the way, but looking at the matchup and how the E was pried early, makes sense. Now let's see if Sans can win in this matchup, because so far Hijume has been showing levels to every Juice in.
Claude?
For?
Erlan.
For Evos.
Claude is actually not bad against the Harith, against the Lapu Lapu, but the Jusins.
Oh, do you want to Esmeralda again?
Whoa, Boxer
Okay.
Rome. So it should be with this CC goal, and then they go XP lane.
If they want to be honest, super honest front to
Esme?
back, Esmeralda
Yeah.
would be good.
Wait, actually, Esme is ridiculous. I love the Esmeralda against Lapu Lapu too.
Again for Erlan or
No, for
PC
XP.
goals?
Oh,
Alice.
okay, they are just gonna pick Rendy, the Alice 24/7.
Oh man.
Now I'm not a fan of the Baksha.
I guess against a Jushin, it's a bit easier to punish. And you don't really have that initial combo with the Baksha, right? Nobody
Yeah.
want to have some kind of burst damage to pair off with a sealed unity, but you don't have that here. Coach Ari, do you want to go for comfort again? Bring
Oh
back
my
the
God.
Cho, please.
Do you
Steve
really
Boy?
want to go Cho against this?
Yes, I don't care. You said comfort over meta.
But not like that, you know? Like, they still need some solid fundamentals. Yes, comfort over meta, but it's not just like, oh, let's go Cho, and then Ling, and then
No.
Beatrix now. They go Khalid.
I think this is the same case. I like Evos' draft better.
I agree. It's if you close out the names, Evos have won twice in the draft, but you see the names and you're like, dang, it's Onyx.
So Evos with the better draft again for game number 2 as we're inching closer and closer to match point. Can Onyx get it done? Casters, take us to game number 2.
It is game 2 of Onyx against Evos still in the International Derby. Onyx showing levels to this game, but it feels like the drafts has always been won by Evos, and I feel like our panelists share the same feeling.
Let's see. It's going to be round 2 between Onyx and Evos. International Derby. Lana Dawn. Will Onyx double their lead right here? Or perhaps we might see Evos equalize in this best of 5.
So we saw Evos pick up the Baxia, and we thought it was going to go jungle, right? A lot of control, obviously, with the Baxia. Quick rotations as well. But it ends up being a roam Baxia. Still comfort for Albert with the Yisun Shin. And then Rendy. And Alice Merchant, or rather, spamming the Alice 24/7. Feels like, again, comfortability is number 1. Emblems by Games Max. Gusset Blast for the Baxia. Shirley, rotational plays, helping clear the wave too. And going for agility there for the Juicin in the hands of Sans. We saw a few Juicins today. Go for the pull yourself together, but I feel like Sans also needs to match up Key's movements around the map. But the mid prior the Gani, I feel like with the Khalid and the Juicin, it's kind of, you know, it kind of favors Onyx quite a bit, but, you know, Evos, they have rounded themselves up with a very solid draft, especially now. CC down bottom and the Yve as well. Very strong picks for both players. Well, Rendy, he is kept company here. Just gonna bully Lippy back as the Alice pretty strong at this stage of the game. Albert has level 4, so he might have access to the Mountain Shocker. Vision could be opened, especially with the box here. So the vision game from Evos is actually very, very strong. And even Key is posing up top, or rather down bottom, in this bush.
Very natural rotation so far here from both teams. I gotta say, nothing too crazy, nothing out of the ordinary though. Key has to spend his regen. Now, Keyboy looking for a move in the bottom side. That's gonna be the flicker against Spent. Now with Onyx though, clearing the turtle, that's just gonna be a clean neutral objective take for Onyx. That's gonna be the Lapu Lapu though. Uh-oh, jumping. The box will be popped. That's going to be Lutfi flickering out. Rendy jumping in. Keyboy no flicker will be the first one to fall in this game. Will Evos collect more? It seems like the sidestep from Lutfi will be enough. And that's a turtle for a kill.
We all thought it was going to be worth it for Onyx to trade Keyboy's flicker with the turtle, but the Evos, they collapse on towards Keyboy. And even Lutfi was also ready with the Bravest Fighter as well, so it was supposed to be worth it for Onyx, but now, you know, the kill goes on to Rendy, so whatever. And Onyx, I would still want to pressure even more towards the jungle of Evos. So we're going to take that green camp for Kyrie. And speaking of Kyrie, in that Hayabusa game in Game 1, we expected him to farm fast because the Hayabusa, obviously, good clear, fast farming patterns too. With the quad shadow, he can move around, but he was constantly pressured by the Gatot Kacha and the Alice. A lot of pressure exerted towards him. So he wasn't really able to shine as much as you would like him to be. But at least in this game, you know, there isn't really the pressure of that Gatot Kacha in the hands of Ki. But the Baxia might still do the same thing. Look at him just counter jungling with Keyboy by his side. The Khalid now kind of acts almost like the Hilda, but it is just much more oppressive with the CC that it has and the sustainability too. Almost like a Hilda, I'd say. And honest prediction by Gope, 69% for Onyx.
Wow, that's the big one. Second neutral objective take here. With a setup like this, Albert level 6, Kai level 7. Albert is slightly behind here, but Onyx should not be gun-shy here and triggering, pulling the trigger for that turtle.
Skylar's just gonna farm 6 levels for both gold laners. The objective spawns, and now EVOS, they kind of want to fight this as well because they have so much control again with the Eve, with the box, the RWM, plus that Mountain Shocker. Good space to zone out the players of Onyx. They have to be wary on where they will step. Litby, though, will have the chance to dive into the back. However, it's a CC, right? So you have to be careful. Rendy is pushing Skylar back.
Wow, beautiful farming pattern. Kyrie's now level 8.
Twilo.
That's gonna be Suelo going back with the Mount Shocker though. Albert trying to do something. Keyboy has a 3-man raising stance, so no follow-up though. Lutfi triggering back. That's gonna be Lutfi very low. Still able to get out, but Rendy now will reposition in the back. That's gonna be Shadow Kill distributed to 4 members, and Albert finds a kill on towards Kai. That's gonna be Albert taking the Lord. Evo striking back here in the second turtle. Take a look in the mid lane. He isolated, will be taken down. Lutfi has the final laugh, but man, oh man, what a long fight.
Well, I'm quite baffled as how Kyrie was picked off right there. Did he quad shadow back to Shadow? Did he just misstep? I can't quite conclude that. We'll have to get a replay for that, but yeah, Kyrie falling right there just made it even worth it for EVOS. But look at the gold lead still swinging in the hands of Onyx. 600k, rather 600, excuse me, 600k is a lot. But yeah, Kyrie, we're gonna farm fast. It feels like it's the same story again with the Hayabusa in the hands of Kyrie. Albert gets a lot of prio with the Yisun Shin. And he farms very, very fast. His teammate is always behind him. And Kyrie with the Hayabusa. Gonna need more avenues to go in. Twilo.
Twilo will not survive that one. Shadow kill this time around will be enough to take him down. Take a look at Sans with the flicker. He's able to find the outplay. Gila Sans with Keyboy trying to hold on. Will not be able to. And now looking for the counter play. That's going to be a knockup from Sans, but not enough to take this Boxia down.
This Boxia is tanky, man. Very, very tanky. That was a trade towards Keyboy. Only a single kill towards Swalo, which I think is quite worth it as well for Onyx. Now glowing one secured. So again, that extra bit of anti-heal for EVOS. The Chusen has it as well. Now, Lapu in the hands of Lutfi. I think it'll be the catalyst for most of the fights that's going to happen for Onyx. Again, having to dive. Because the Yve, when it opens up the box, the RWM, he is quite vulnerable. And then you have the Khalid who can dive in. And then you can have Lutfi. It's the Lapu to just jump into the back. And with all CC immune, I think he wouldn't really care about the RWM, right? But still, he has to be careful. Turtle spawns now, and Onyx is where they will try to get this back. But Randy, look at him, just screening away Onyx.
Wow, that's a great move from EVOS. Now Lutfi looking for a flank. That's going to be Lutfi stunning Albert down under the turtle. Kai Bicentennial take the turtle down. Now let's see the fight. Sans with the Crimson Beacon key very low. Should be taken down here. That's going to be one member of Onyx. Lutfi taken down. Now Erlon trying to hold on with the Vengeance. Not able to as Kai 3 finds the connection to take the double.
Whoa! What?
Comes back in. Rendy though still composed and will get out of that situation.
How did he get there? The Hayabusa suddenly pops out of nowhere. Laura accurate Kakashi just spawning out of nowhere. but that was right on time, and Kyrie was able to get a lot of value from that replay by Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. This was initially a good fight because Lapu Lapu or Luppi was able to stun Albert and render him immobile. But look at that shadow kill, plus on top of the Zaman Force, Skylar was able to deal the damage. And why did I say it was so worth it? Because the Sky Piercer arrived on time for that fight for Kyrie. He's now on 20 stacks, I believe. 20 or 30 stacks will have to get confirmation, but as of now, Onyx, they're not stopping down the tempo.
For Sans Pons here, he knocked up. Real Word Motivation committed. That's going to be key going
Oh,
down
no.
first. 2 members off here. That's going to be
Oh,
Randy taken down as well. Now it's not a fair fight, but Skylar will be the trade. It's a 5v4 now as Onyx, they have something left in their tanks. Finds their lawn. Suelo isolated and will be taken down. 4 members of EVOS are down and dead as Onyx will take more of the space.
We're talking about Kyrie playing Hayabusa in this series with a lot of constraints. He wasn't able to farm properly. He wasn't able to outclass Albert, at least in game number 1. Game number 2, he's now steamrolling. That's 40 stacks on the Sky Piercer and more will come. And that is very good against the strong lineup from EVOS. Keyboy has to run.
No flicker. That should be a free kill. They can't stop that, but take a look at the Lord. It's Prio to Bionic. The distraction, but Onyx, they're being patient here. EVOS might take the... They reclaim the river.
Wait.
With the 5v4 now. That's a
What?
stun kite! Caught! That's going to be the Lord free. Take a look at the mid lane. Luppi isn't able to find the connection. 2 members off the board earlier for Onyx and EVOS. They will take it.
That is so strange. Onyx, they are not familiar with making mistakes, but I think that was a bit of a slip-off coming in from them.
Yeah.
Kyrie, I think he shifted back to that Cloud Shadow, but it was on top of an Alice ult. He was immobilized, he couldn't move anywhere, and that was also the Lord on half HP. So when EVOS were able to clear that front line and get a few members of Onyx, they went onto the Lord, and that was as easy as ABC. Easiest Lord for EVOS. It's gonna spawn up top. Onyx, how will they respond to this? And Kyrie, he loses a stack of that Sky Piercer, but it's all gonna be okay. But not okay for Onyx because EVOS, they have Prio in all 2 lanes. I mean, look at the CC down bottom just farming. Game fact by Gope with 8 assists in game 2. Keyboy officially becomes the player with the most assists in MPL ID since 16. Rather than MPL ID, it seems like we'll have to take a look at that again, but as of now, Onyx, wow, they have to hold EVOS's roar.
Yeah, that's going to be the mid-structure falling. Keyboy, oh, stunned up, taken down! You got to be careful, Keyboy! That's going to be Onyx now, 5v4. They commit the fight with the 7 Force. No, Key receiving a lot of damage, will survive! Tyler will be the one to fall as the EVOS, they will roar this time. Take a look at the gold depth now. It is heavily for the White Tigers.
My God, EVOS challenging the Sky Kings. Their fangs are sharp, ready to bite back. They roar to life. With that single blunder in the Lord Pit, they translate it into even more. This is a snowball now coming in from EVOS. And Onyx, a bit in pandemonium, upheaval, and chaos. Taking down all the core members of Onyx and EVOS. Now they will sit comfortably with this 3.2k gold lead. Where do they go from here now? Because EVOS, again, so much control. Rendy, on top of that, is going to be very careful. Sans has to pump the ultimate.
Great reaction to pop that Crimson Beacon, but that's it as well for EVOS. 40 seconds on the clock here for the next Lord to spawn, and EVOS, all they gotta do to equalize and get this game is stay composed. If you check at the items, take a look at the items, right? BOD on its way for Albert.
Yeah.
Onyx, they got to stay disciplined.
He wants maximum damage. Even the boxer going for the Twilight Armor. Physical damage reduction. Or rather, physical defense, excuse me. And Divine Glaive for Suelo Kyrie. Gotta be careful, man.
Trying to beat out the Watch Shadow here.
The backup's coming.
The backup is definitely coming. Watch Shadow popped. Now with the jukes, Kai made it out. Onyx looks for a counterplay as the Lord is now up in the bottom side of the map, and both teams will disengage to shift their focus towards that part of the map.
And Kyrie has to reset here. He was taken down quite low. He's gonna go back. He's not gonna clear the topside wave though. They're gonna fight in the mid lane, however, that's just a little bit of a skirmish. And EVOS, they call dibs on this Lord.
Will they blitz this or will they play it patient? Now that they have the far lane, the Lord will be resetted surely, right? But Lutpi denied the reset. Real world relation pop Lutpi. Oh my
Lord.
goodness, the Lord is now committed and will be taken down by Albert. They got Lutpi, they got Kai, and they got Keyboy, and they got the Lord.
The heavens break into two. The skies come falling down as the White Tigers roar to life. Onyx on the back foot, backs against the wall. EVOS looking for the equalizer. The crystal is exposed, and the minion is coming.
They want to end now. They don't want to wait for the Lord. They do have enough firepower to do it. My goodness, EVOS. They strike back and make the series into a 1-1.
EVOS, with their grit and their efforts, are able to defy the laws of the skies. The Sky Kings left speechless in game 2. It was all set up for them, for Onyx to succeed in that game. Kyrie was steamrolling with that Sky Piercer. He was going in, destroying each and every EVOS member. But I think that was the blunder in the Lord.
Keyboy taken down.
Keyboy taken down. They looked
And they hesitated.
They hesitated. They looked desynchronized.
Yeah.
Not on the same page. You gotta ask these questions because Onyx is a team known to be in the same page. On the same page, excuse me. And a few mistakes leading to another mounts up to become EVOS a success. Beautiful game 2, recovering from a horrendous early to mid game. And is this where it gets real? Is this going to be the momentum shift for EVOS, capitalizing on this win? And even in the regular season, in the international derbies, you could see EVOS picking up game wins, right, against Onyx, and this seems to be the same case in the playoffs. And they knew they had to go in for the biggest prize in the Land of Dawn, and that was the crystal. That was the end. Man, Albert though, with the Yi Sun Shin.
Wow.
Moving mad. Onyx, they need to reset.
Yeah.
And EVOS, this is their time to pounce back. Panelists, what do you think?
Onyx have learned the hard way that their run here in the upper brackets is not going to be as easy as EVOS strike back. The White Tigers strike back for game number 2 to equalize the series. Unpack this for us, boys.
I mean, we said the better draft was on EVOS, dude. Like, they had the better draft. Onyx just needed to play better, and they did up until that Lord. One mistake. I mean, throughout the game, you could already see how much easier it was to execute for EVOS. It was just that, again, Onyx were just so much better at picking up those small little, mistakes, punishing them, and then getting the lead. But you make one mistake, Kyrie gets shut down, and it just instantly changes everything. It makes the easier to execute composition, bang, a click happens, and then even the comfort for Erlan. He was on Esmeralda. It's a fighter, it's meta, it's a comfort. We've never seen it on him. CC, on the other hand, something we also expected in game number 1, but it was banned out, unfortunately, comes out, and you can see how much more comfortable, how much braver he is in this game.
I think one of the point that Onyx trying to emphasize in that draft earlier is the mid trio, right?
Yep.
The Khalid, the Jushin that does not lose at all in the mid. And also the fact that in the opposing side, it's a Baxia and also a Eve. That's just a playing ground for Kyrie. And it was, But when you get to the big fights, when you get to the 5v5, it becomes a whole new playing field. And shout out to Albert, always performing his best performance for EVOS. No matter how bad the team is playing, he's always there, man.
And that's why he deserves the player of the game presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. Even in game number 1, despite them losing it, he was still able to keep things toe-to-toe. Very, very clean very close as well. And in game number 2, because of that space that was given, he only died once, by the way.
Yeah.
617 on the YSS.
He's always really good. Again, this is why I think something that Albert has in his arsenal that Kyrie doesn't this season is the fact that Albert is just as good on utility as he is on assassins. His retribution is always on point when he's on those Fredrins, Bakshas, and on the Shin, obviously you get this performance. So it made Onyx think of the Baksha as a utility jungle. They let their guard down, and that's why the Shin came in and it kind of shocked them, right? Like, weren't expecting the Shin to come through here. They weren't expecting this from EVOS. And it was also kind of like, I think, a little bit of rustiness on Key's side on the Baksha. A couple of times he was just like playing like a normal roamer, not really just the body up front. And that's why Swaylo died a few times early.
I mean, to be fair, Swaylo didn't really play that
Yeah,
good of a game either, man. A lot of questionable RWMs. This is one of them, man.
Yeah.
Like, still though, it is, at the end of the day, a winning matchup for Swaylo towards the Jushin. It's a winning matchup for Airline against the Harris. It's a winning matchup too, you know,
For Alice.
to be honest, for Alice.
Yeah.
So they drafted 3 losing lanes against EVOS. I think it's kind of a disrespect. Also, a belief towards the player. It's a mix of both. But
Yeah.
EVOS, oh no. I mean, Onyx cannot do this again. You have to put some more respect towards these players, especially Albert.
Absolutely, and you think they learned this pattern from the regular season? I think Realize mentioned it as well, that they lost a few games here and there against EVOS. But this really is a wake-up call, not just for the players, but also for the coaching staff as they're drafting from Game 1 and Game 2 into Game 3.
Yeah, I think more so than the players though, because it does seem like the plan is all of them thinking about it together. Again, when we talk about Onyx in the draft as well, it's not just the pure coach.
EVOS fans, wow. Ini rame banget, kamu berarti salah satu dari pendukungnya EVOS. Gimana tadi ngelihat gameplay mereka nih?
Bagus banget sih Kak, beneran.
Bagus banget ya. Kamu yakin gak kira-kira tim kesayangan kamu ini bakal jadi juara dan mewakili M7 mungkin?
Mungkin banget.
Mungkin banget ya. Oke, jadi ini sangat unik karena kamu bisa mendapatkan motor listrik juga dari top up di GoPay Games. Dan caranya gampang banget ya, tinggal langsung spin the wheel aja. Jadi kalian buruan kalau misalkan di rumah
This one's huge.
That one, well, this one is huger.
Oh. You have the smallest one.
Wow, so fun.
But if this is lore accurate, we should trade Miracle.
Oh, what the heck?
Right?
Because
There we
she's
go.
the big game player in MLBB.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
It's humongous.
Oh, it's MPL certified. It's also used by pro players, guys.
Yeah, they
so
use it on stage, by the way, chat.
Just enjoy the 70% discount.
Uh-huh.
Go towards the website or any marketplace.
Man, I actually want to
Check it out.
I'm bringing this
Because
home.
don't forget that with every purchase of the Royals card, you guys will be able to get a gaming card. And it contains MLBB diamonds. So you improve your gameplay, but you also improve your coolness with skins, I guess.
So this is 30 grams, 60 grams, and 120 grams.
I'm a 120 kind of girl.
What's that?
120 grams.
Ah, okay. Well, I am a sleeve man. Like my
Smells
sleeves.
good too.
Is it? Does it? Oh,
I'm glad you're enjoying the
Aw.
Royal Guard, man.
Ooh.
Your segment with Gani and Arashi yesterday. Your segment with Gani and Arashi yesterday was kind of for this.
Oh.
It's interesting. Whoa!
Whoa! The Evos fams!
And the Sonics.
And the Sonics, that's Lydia.
Lydia. Seems like we're getting close to getting back into the draft, so it's time. They're celebrating right now. Well, they're just vibing. Actually, it's not celebrating. Vibing.
I wonder, it's symbolism.
Symbolism.
To what?
It's hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
hope?
After BTR shattered my hope, there is still another team in Indonesia who can rise.
Man, look at that energy in the MPL arena right now here in Nice Pick 2.
Wow.
For those of you guys who are watching at home, what are you guys doing? Come over, boys.
Yeah, dude. I believe the teams have buses to take you guys over. So, yeah, literally,
Free buses.
yeah, free buses. Really, really cool stuff, man. The teams are doing everything they can to support the fans, and the fans, they're here for it. Onyx versus Evos, they're gonna be here for it tomorrow too, and the next day, and after that,
Cool.
the next day.
And the
Not
next
sure
day.
about that.
What do you mean?
Well, one of them will get eliminated.
Well, the fans who bought tickets will still probably come, no?
Ah,
Like the Dewa fan, who was a BTR supporter, if both his teams go.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, he was a Dewa fan, then Dewa got eliminated, so he's a BTR fan. Now BTR down, so it's like, oh man, he's gonna have to choose another.
Like us, Shevin.
yeah.
Jeffin chose BTR. You chose?
Onyx, sorry.
What? You said alter ego earlier. Now
Oh.
you're jumping ship to Onyx.
Oh, yeah.
Privilege. Privilege.
There you go.
Anyway, speaking of privilege, the drafting phase will begin here in game number 3, and it looks like Onyx are now back on blue side. So we're reverting back to game number 1.
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if we're gonna be seeing similar drafts. Granger, okay.
Oh!
Alice though.
Yep.
Is actually the choice of ban. Lunox opened up, taken away from the White Tigers.
Oh, this is so tough for Evos because, like, if you pick up the Kalea, there's going to be a Gata on the other side, and they do. They deny the Kalea, but again, the Gata Kacha can come through for Onyx. Evos, though, they go Juicin and Kalea to start things off.
So do you want to go Hayabusa again? No, it's gonna be the Gatot and also the Yi Sun Shin.
No Alice.
So
now.
they are hiding their side laners until the end for Onyx here. So there's a lot of flexibility for them.
Would you... Is this a Lapu Lapu that you want to go for?
For who?
For Evos.
Oh.
Because you need an XP laner
guess.
right now to just zone the Yusun Shin, and Lapu will certainly be banned out here with the Yuzong and Alice already taken out. That leaves a lot of heroes. Not a lot of heroes left, I mean. But they can also go jungle, right? Like Haya, Lancelot pickup for Evos? If
Lancelot
not,
is banned.
okay, so Haya or Lapu.
Oh, wow. I would have preferred the Lapu towards
Agreed.
maybe utility if you want to flex it in the second phase, but Hayabusa very, very early here. Interesting.
Okay.
So both teams drafted the exact same lane so far.
Yeah.
It's
I
all
don't
about
think
the
there's
pyramid.
room for flex at this point, right?
Nah, I mean, Kirk
Gatot?
pulled off a Gatot XP in
Yeah.
the Philippines. But he also got eliminated.
So
But he did get eliminated on the Gata XP.
Or maybe Skylar Lunox. Skylar half played Lunox and he was good.
okay, true. So there is a little bit of room for flex for the yellow porcupine.
Wait.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Good focus ban.
Phobius band out. We're looking at these side lanes, right? Both teams have yet to pick it up. What are the heroes available for that EXP lane? We're looking at Lapu Lapu, Paquito, Uranus. Is that?
Paquito?
I mean, Phobius.
Oh, Phobius is banned, Yuzhong is banned, Alice is banned, Uranus. So Esmeralda might be coming through next.
Yep.
Arlet hasn't been picked up as well.
Oh, you're right.
right.
Yeah, that's a
Arlen.
really good pick for Evos right now. Like, they ban out the Phobius, they ban out the Esmeralda, and then you leave. Ah, good catch. I still think you ban out Esmeralda, you go Lapu Lapu. For Evos. Take away the winning matchup, the only other XP right now, right? Like, what is Lutfi gonna play?
Whoa! They're not convinced.
That's a deep ban.
Angela
Yeah, they're not
ban.
convinced that the Lunox will go mid.
Mid, yeah.
They think it's gonna be flex. Interesting. So that means Evos might try to counter the Lapu Lapu. They might be like, all right, let's pick up a gold lane in red 4, see the XP matchup, and then counter it. Right?
Might be the case.
We'll see.
What gold lane are they even go right now for Evos? No CC, Granger's taking out.
Harris
Well,
is still open.
against a Lunox, they can just flex it over to gold, and then it's gonna be trouble.
That's true.
I mean, if they want the instant combo, it's gonna be Beatrix, but against
Yeah.
Kacha, it's really not the best matchup.
If it's just the Gata wow, they still banned the
ban it.
Harith. Hey, for safety, you know, Erlan has been amazing on his comfort picks, which is Granger and then CC. We haven't seen him on Harith, I believe, yet. Yeah, not this series at least.
Now, you want to pick the fighter that can be flex, right? In this case.
Yeah. But if you pick that up, then Esmeralda will show up on the other side, and well, actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think, and then you just put the Lapu where it's not countered. Then. Oh.
That's a pick we haven't seen
Man, yeah, it's been
quite
so
some
long.
time.
It's really good against Eason Shin, by the way. Like, on paper at least, it's good zone. You at least have to trace us out of that, and that's already a lot of value.
And you have the flicker, it's almost guaranteed that you will get the grab.
Yep.
Now, Onyx, do they want to play marksman here and play with a kite?
I think if the Lunox goes mid, you gotta go fighter here.
That's true. But what do you want to go for? I mean, Lapu Lapu is probably the
Oh my lord.
Still going for the Claude.
Oh my lord. This is ridiculous greed. This is the greed they see in the, you know, they talk about in the Bible.
I mean, is it though? Or do they want to just divert the attention of Kalea? Because it is a single target hero, right? Now you have multiple threats to solve.
But you need so many resources.
If you win in the
for
early game, there's only
almost
one.
every single.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
lane.
if Evos win early game, it's done. Right?
Yeah,
Like, they can
takes more
scale.
time.
Yeah, but if the jungle is taken, then Claude will have to farm with the Eason Shin and the Lunox. Last pick in the gold lane against the Claude. What is it gonna be? Against the Claude.
Moskov?
Yeah, I thought about the Moskov as well. Oh my lord.
Wow.
Yo, I like it.
That's one way to guarantee
I
a late
like
game.
it. I like it.
I think the Natan's still sitting at a 0%, no?
Yeah, but I think it's only been played once, and
Yeah.
it's by Arfi against BTR.
Lost as well. So game number 3 is right around the corner now. Both teams have their composition set in stone. It looks like it's favoring Onyx in a way. Let's see what the casters think about both compositions.
I love the draft. Not only because it is, you know, strong,
Yeah.
or is it weak, but the appearance of Natan, and I miss Natan a
So
lot.
bold.
Natan is making his return in MPL ID after so long. So here we go, game 3 of the International Derby. Still Onyx against EVOS. Will EVOS do the unthinkable? Or will Onyx again show that they are the Sky Kings?
This game will take one of the teams to match point. Ladies and gentlemen, let's witness action here. Will it be Onyx or will it be EVOS?
Well, down bottom. Claude against the Natan. We get a few trades especially, but the Claude is quite weak early game. The Natan can poke around with the skill 1. And just like that, Adelan shows dominance against Skylar down bottom. And at least this Natan will become an insurance in the late game for EVOS. But Onyx, I would say that they do have that late game insurance at the Claude too. But this lineup is so greedy. Everyone has to share the farm. The Lunox is quite greedy. Oh, two-man lift off. That's pretty good from Swalo. And then you have to share farm with the Wisun Shin. Plus the Claude too, who needs extra gold. In which we know in this patch, they have nerfed it down to the ground. Emblems play games max. I do see that it's going to be the weakness finder from the Natan. Still the traditional way of the Natan. Let's see if EVOS can activate Erlan.
Good early trades though for EVOS so far. And with Key rotating towards the bottom side, not showing though. And that will allow Onyx to have more control in the mid. But nothing too crazy just yet here. Both team just hovering around, perhaps looks for an angle, but doesn't really find the window just yet.
Split from Rendy. The glue will have a very good time just screening away the Yisun Shin, grabbing onto the Yisun Shin, forcing the traceless, and then the Yisun Shin becomes quite vulnerable. Here comes the team fights. Here goes the turtle take. Onyx, they have lay claim on this.
Yeah, that's gonna be level 4 here for Kai. Oh, that's a big stun. They want to fight. That's a stun as well. Albert very low, still able to get out with the shadow. Onyx now with 4 members around the river. Rendy though will mount Keyboy with Sway low.
Alternatives
Providing the damage, but AOG will be the difference maker there. 0-0 on the board, but Onyx, they got the turtle.
At least the Gatot now is in the hands of Onyx, so they can go in for small trades. Oh!
That's a steal from Albert. That's a bold move coming from his own ex-teammate there.
Man, you thief in the night, Albar Bob. With that steal with the purple buff. Kyrie again. If we would be fair and talk about the entire series, I'd say Albert has been 2 steps ahead of Kyrie in most of the matches, or rather the games we have seen. And now in this, it feels like it's just adding insult to injury. Kyrie is close by, and Onyx with the Gatot Kacha. At least this time they have an avenue to open up the fights, and if needs be, Keyboy can just back away with the AOG defensively. So far, this is the second time Rendy will play this glue, has a 1 win in his pocket. So at least no more Alices, right? We've seen Rendy multiple times playing the Alice. Albert.
That's Albert now blazing the way. Popped. Elon pops his own entropy. Oh, great calculation. Skylar is able to clear and get away. That's a 3v1 technically. Take a look at Keyboy though, engaging on 3 members. I don't think that's a right call. And that's gonna be first blood for Erlan. That's a little bit questionable coming from Keyboy.
Keyboy. Not one of the best series he has ever played so far in his career. That Khalid game previously kind of costed them the game too. Uh-oh. Adelan is gonna munch on this. Gold plate.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be so value of the Natan.
Very,
1 kill to his name too.
very valuable, right? Now with no gold shield in the gold lane for Onyx, they have to be concerned. That's going to be the second neutral objective now. Onyx taking it. Rendy pops the flicker. Let's see, they want to contest Kyrie, Calm, a retribution, but that's a big taunt. Alongside Ludpi in the front side, Erlan though is re-hitting. Now they want to jump, they want to fight. Keyboy somehow isolated, Sway low now. Will
Skylar.
be the target by Styler, but that's going to be the Tsunami Slam. Not finding the follow-up. That's going to be a 1-for-1, a roam for Sky. A worth the trade for EVOS.
Man, Skylar, he thought he had enough damage with the Blazing Duet to kill off Key. But then the BMI expires and Ludpi is under danger too.
Definitely, man. That's a penetration. Erlan takes the 200 gold freely again.
This is not looking good for Onyx. The Natan is supposed to be a late game hero, and then you give him 3 kills, you give him the gold plate, you give him everything. Setting Adelan up for success. Kyrie up top with Albert. Will we see a 1v1? I don't think so. Not quite wise to take that. Now Onyx, they have to farm quick because EVOS are just crawling on them, snowballing with all this lead. And how do they even farm quick? Because they have to distribute everything evenly. 3 core members that are very greedy and needs gold heavily. We'll have to share all the burden together. And Keyboy, quite a bit out of hand now. MPL ID Extremer. Aldi, Lupi, and Jeffrey Nicole.
Hey! That's a celeb right there, Jeff Nicole.
He's a boxer.
He's a boxer. But welcome indeed.
Welcome.
1,500 goal lead. Definitely not ideal for Onyx.
I wish I looked like Jeffrey Nicole.
Come again?
I wish I looked like him.
You look like him.
I don't.
You do look like him. Realize. No worries. Yeah, I was about to say healthy lead for EVOS, but I feel like Onyx still definitely has some counter plays here with the composition that they have, right? With Lunox, with Claude, so
Yep.
EVOS, they gotta stay locked in here for that last neutral objective. 5 Keyboy now, gathering information. Pops the bravest fighter early there for Lutfi. As EVOS, they will now take the turtle. Slowly.
Excuse me, the counterplay from Onyx is locking down Adelan. They have that avenue in the AOG. Plus the Blazing Duet. That's going to be the big moment they're looking for. Rendy.
Yeah, that's going to be Keyboy isolated. Taken down surely with Revitalize popped. That's going to be another kill on the board for Airlon. That's big. 2,500 gold now for EVOS as Skylar is just desperately looking for farm.
A mega kill for the Natan on the 7th minute. It doesn't look good for Onyx. Again, Natan is the hero you want to bank on in the late game. It's going to need a few items before it can get online. But 4 kills feeding Adelan. And look at how easy he shreds the structures. Thankfully though for Skylar, he is keeping tabs and keeping score 10 levels above. Look at this, Keyboy.
AOG taunt as well, but Suelo has a Crimson Beacon. That will be the knockup for Suelo. That will be all.
Onyx are desperate to make a play again. That window is for the AOG to pop, and then the spell can come in!
Tsunami Slam towards the back. That's going to be EVOS looking for the collapse! Oh my goodness, the damage will be enough to take Kyrie down! Now, with the Shadow Kill pop, Lutfi will not survive that one, as 3 members are off the board for Onyx and EVOS. They just got to trade for Key.
The Forgotten Tiger again shall be remembered. 5-0-2. Unstoppable on this Natan. And Goni, this is just a Natan. We haven't even talked about Albert.
Yeah.
As the Hayabusa. It feels like he's 1v5ing everything. But again, EVOS are doing good work to try and peel away the Natan. With the glue, with the Kalea, the threat is always there. Rendy can always just mount up the members of Onyx and stand there for days as the barricade. As to not let Onyx access the backline. Because Adelan will be the cornerstone for EVOS. Again, still looking for that moment.
Yeah.
That fight. Bravest fighter popped.
Yeah, they want to fight this one. That's going to be Tsunami Slam committed. He will be the first one to fall as Rendy is looking to tank it all. Taking it back. That's going to be Shadow Kill by Albert. Huge stun. Stop the momentum going. Finally, a winnable trade there for Onyx. But keep in mind, Erlan has the Holy Crystal. That's bad news for Onyx.
It is winnable, but can they celebrate it? Because the kill is only going towards Key. Erlan stays untouched as Onyx again and again desperate to make a play. And this Lord take for EVOS, mind you, is very good because they have the Natan. It's gonna shred to pieces quickly. As for Onyx, all I have to do is just wait and hope that Kyrie can land the Retribution. But as of now, a 2-level deficit for Kyrie. Up against Albert. It's all crumbling down for Onyx. 4.9k gold lead, mounting up to 5. Malefic Roar for Albert, extra damage. Onyx, man, what do they do here? It seems like it's gonna be so hard. But we have seen them turn things around. The Lord for EVOS.
Albert collects the Lord. That's a stun. That's going to be Erlan here. E-Boy misses the AOJ. Lutfi brings it down. That's going to be Erlan almost taken down, but Kai will be the one to fall. That's going to be Albert here, stuck, isolated. Still has the shadow. And good night, Onyx. As EVOS, they claim the triple, and they got the Lord.
The White Tigers unleashed. From peasants to predators. They look to end the Sky Kings in game number 3. Possibly going for match point. but it is still far from over. The Lord will march in from the bottom side of the lane. But if you take a look at Onyx now, they are the ones trembling in fear. Their godly abode under siege. As EVOS, with Erlan behind their backs, it's going to be hard to stop. This Lord will come down bottom. That top side still slow pushing, taking down the structure. They're going to focus on that bottom side turret too. Pop the Holy Shield and maybe look for an angle.
Let's see. Holy Shield popped. Base turret still alive for now. That's going to be the Tsunami Slam on towards Keyboy. AOG defensively. Oh my goodness, Sans almost melted down there. Now they're sieging the mid lane. Seems like they will still be able to defend this one as the top. They should hold it up, but in 20 seconds, the Holy Shield will be they want the bottom side. That's Albert finding a kill again. EVOS now with the 5v4. Will they be able to push and apply more pressure as Albert finds the shadow and will back away for now. They want the mid lane though.
This is so uncharacteristic of the Sky Kings. What has happened to them? EVOS are just running around rings. And now, Onyx, their defense, also not really the best, right? And we talked about that moment that they were looking for. That single team fight, that single initiation. Coming in with Skylar with the Blazing Duet, but then you have Kies the Kalea to peel away. That insta-lock CC with the Tsunami Slam will either force the Purify or make Onyx back away. And they were also good with the targeting. They took down Keyboy to make sure that they have access to the backline easily. The AOG no longer off an offensive tool. Now though, Onyx will have to be ready for round number 3 to defend their base. They will have to clear it quickly. They don't have the best wave clear.
They don't. They're holding on though so far. 20 seconds here with a 9,000 gold lead for EVOS. I don't think Onyx can collapse, can look for a contest. The damage profile, I don't think is there right now.
They're gonna concede this, Goni. They're gonna concede this. They're gonna let this go unless there is a heroic play to be made. But the Diamond's Heroes needs to be the leader like Keyboy.
Yeah, Keyboy here looking for the Hail Mary play, will not find anything. What a reaction from EVOS. That will signal them to, yeah, this is a free Lord. Funnily enough, Keyboy popped the Revitalize knowing in that position that he would not survive. But hey, this Lord might take EVOS to match point.
It might. And Kyrie scraping to the remains of what could be salvaged. Up top, he was able to push down the wave and get that structure. Skylar has the winner crown. He's gonna bank on possibly a Blazing Duet and then pop the winner crown so that he can be untargetable. But still, EVOS, they have an insta-kill button with the Natan. This Natan is just too insane. 6-0-4. It feels like Onyx are finally challenged, are finally tested. Can they hold on? Can they clear this?
Yeah, that's gonna be an entropy popped early. Wow, Lutpi. Now you see him, now you don't. Now it's a 5v4. The base turret will fall with the Lord still up. It's a 6v4. Finally, they take care of it. Now Skylar with the Blazing Duet looks for an angle. That's a big two-man knock-up, and down goes Keyboy. Take a look at the base. The mid-waves are crashing as EVOS. They will lock it down. And they will have the final say in Game 3. The White Tigers are at match point.
The White Tigers are ungodly in the arena. And now Onyx, the Sky Kings, backs against the wall. One game away from confirming that upper bracket final to book a match against Alter Ego. Onyx, we have been talking about them like gods, like kings. It feels like they are mortals after all. Totally outclassed by EVOS in that game, a one-sided game. That Natan was just unstoppable. And that was still without Albert. Albert was just waiting in the wings. He's gonna let Erlan do the dirty work. And then he comes in out of nowhere to clean up EVOS. And you saw that, Goni. Lutfi was just gone.
Yeah.
He evaporated. Wow. I am out of words. EVOS are on the brink of knocking down Onyx to the lower brackets.
Will they ban the Granger again this time round, knowing Erlan still has a Natan up his sleeve? With that performance,
Man,
you gotta respect it.
that Natan was just so out of nowhere. He's just gone. Deleted. And man, EVOS. Is this where they flip the script? Is this where they rewrite history? Onyx are far from elimination, but EVOS are taking it step by step. Wow, what a game from